I've ever done. And it's the first comedy bit that I've ever written where as I'm writing it, I was laughing out loud. So I think that may be that's how you know, okay, that's an actual bit that you should do.
Then the other flip side, though, is you're doing that and you're like, oh, God, this is the best. And usually for me, those were the ones that just like fell the flattest on their face.
I wouldn't be surprised by it, but I almost feel like if it makes me laugh, isn't that the point? But if it makes me laugh and I go up and do it and nobody laughs, I'm like, oh, I'm absolutely
There are some bits like that I would just like, okay, you give it once and then you're like, okay, that did bad, and then you at least give it another try because it could just be an off crowd or it could be anything like that. And then if it fails again, you're just like, well, this is disheartening.
I'm quitting.
I thought this was my my magnum opus.
Right? Like pine cones. Shout out to Curtis's bassoon for all of you folks who have known me for a very long time. Pine cones is my magnum opus.
You can't tell, but it's a Friday afternoon,
evening.
What depends on? Okay, what do you call like 4 or 5? That's late afternoon, right? When does it become evening?
I would say 5 o'clock is evening. Yeah, anything 5 p.m. and later is evening to me, and then night is dark. Like 8 p.m. Yeah, I mean, but also when you're in the summer, it doesn't get dark till 9:30. I still think 8 p.m. is like you can't call that the afternoon or the evening. I don't think.
I think that's probably accurate.
Yeah, but I'm just getting off of work. I literally logged off 20 minutes ago, which is why I'm appropriately dressed right now, as opposed to some sort of band
Disney
T-shirt
related.
Or whatever the fuck I wear. Yeah, Disney.
That is your wardrobe: band, shirt, or Disney.
Yep, that is essentially it, or just straight black T-shirt. Before we get started, I just want to. We've never done this before, but I do just want to say, anybody who's listening, if you haven't already, like and subscribe. We're really bad about doing that. I figured it's obvious, but then sometimes I'm watching a show or listening to a podcast and they say that and I go, oh yeah, I haven't done that. So if you haven't yet, please do that. And while you're doing that, while you're liking and subscribing, go ahead and send it to people you know and tell them to do the same thing, because there's some good shit that's about to come up. We have a lot to talk about today, and I'm stalling at this point because I'm trying to shake off the Friday meetings.
Oh yeah, it was a long week.
It was terrible. Without further ado, I think one of the first things we must talk about and get ourselves and our fans hyped for, if you know anything about me or anything about this podcast, huge Anthony Bourdain fan. Call him Uncle Tony. I mean, I've loved him forever. And A24 is now going to put out do you say, is it
I call it a biopic
or biopic? I don't like that one because it almost sounds like
bionic. I've never heard
bionic.
anyone call it that. I've only heard biopic.
Oh yeah, biopic. I don't like it. It sounds like bionic, and I don't like that. Biopic.
You just said you didn't call it biopic.
No,
Biopic.
I don't like
Yeah,
biopic.
No, don't try to make it into one word. It's 2 separate words.
Yeah. Biographical picture.
Yeah. Not really a picture. It's a film, but
yeah.
moving
picture.
talkies, you know.
But the guy that they cast for Tony is
they nailed
pretty
it
close.
Fairly well, and I think I can't remember if we've talked about it on the podcast or not. I was like, I've been kind of over biopics because there's just been so many, and so many of them aren't very good. Because
I'm not a huge fan.
Because usually either the person who it's about is way too involved, and of course they don't want to look shitty, or it's like the people, it's like their families because the person's deceased, and they're like, oh, we can't let that out, and so it's just like very sanitized, and so it's so I've been kind of over them and haven't really been even tuning in. But this one, I think, as I like Anthony Bourdain, but not as much as you do, of course. But I think A24 is one of my favorite like film companies, I guess you would call them. They just make good hipsters ass stuff, and so I think I even independently like sent you the trailer as soon as it came out because it came across my algorithm, and I was like, this does. I think also, as I keep talking, it makes a big difference. It's not a full life story from what it appears.
Right. Which is, we got to get over that whole hump where it's like, well, they didn't even talk about this section of his life. It's like, oh, you want to go from baby to death? It's like, that's too much shit to involve. Talk about, when did we first get introduced to Anthony Bourdain as how we knew him, right? Kitchen Confidential, and slightly, before that. If it's about him growing up, I'm like, but you're taking liberties with shit like that. Like, go from things that you can base off of what is established, right? So if they do it that way, I'm super stoked. But like I said, I'm not a huge fan of biopics either, but I think with this one, there's no complaints from me, especially the fact that they cast Stavros.
I'm gonna go
love him.
What biopic do you think is actually good that you've seen?
Oof, boy. Realistically, I tend to avoid them. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. I do enjoy Rocket Man.
Of course, I've mentioned I'm a huge Elton John fan, and I read his biography, and he like kind of going against what I just said of people being too involved, but he's always been such an open book that, and of course I'm a huge Taron fan, which I think,
Taron Egerton.
He did a fantastic.
His new movie is fantastic
I have
too.
not seen it yet. Ooh.
It's called Apex. Anyways, continue.
And then I think it's the only really good one. I haven't really seen. I didn't see the Bruce Springsteen one with Jeremy Allen White. I did see the Queen one, but that one was just too sanitized. It shouldn't have won awards. I'll actually
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Wait, one that is actually hilarious. If you haven't seen the Weird Al quote unquote biopic,
I have not seen that one. Is that Daniel Radcliffe?
And it's only on like a fucking Roku TV channel, so it's hard to find. But it's a parody movie. I guess I can. I don't know. That's ruining it. So it's fucking fantastic.
So it's like, are you saying parody as in spoof, like it's a mockumentary?
Yes. So it's supposed to be a biopic about Weird Al's life, but it's a mockumentary.
Oh, that's perfect because you have to do that. It's Weird Al.
No, it cannot.
It can't be serious.
So it's just a very like jacked Daniel Radcliffe playing Weird Al.
I like that. I might give that a shot. I also love Daniel Radcliffe.
It's very good.
Why not?
I will say.
But I was gonna say, Bohemian Rhapsody, I can appreciate it because I love Queen. I grew up on Queen. That's one of my mom's favorite bands. Like we love Freddie Mercury, one of the greatest vocalists of all time. But again, you're taking liberties with a lot of the story. Like you're really washed down the whole homosexual aspect and how big of a deal that was. Like you can't really capture that shit in a movie if you're afraid to really go for it. And so it's just one of those things where I'm like, it's fun. And at least, what's his name? Rami Malek? At least he didn't try to sing the songs. That helps. Because if he would have tried to sing the songs, it would have been an absolute travesty. However, back to Taron Egerton, he did sing the songs.
Yeah,
and he was
it
fucking
when you're
phenomenal.
An actual singer to sing the songs. And like I think he worked with Elton John like to get them. And so yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, they discovered he could sing like similar to Elton John from the movie Sing, the animated picture where he played that gorilla who does I'm Still Standing in the competition. And I was like, oh, that's That's an easy.
That's probably
A to
like,
B
yeah, when they
ratio
probably
there.
knew they were going to make the biopic, and they were like, wait a sec, let's try this kid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he's a great actor, so that helps. But yeah, so very excited for the biopic Tony.
I think
Hopefully it's great.
A24 is not afraid to like do it raw. Like they're not. They'll do
Yeah.
it right. I think.
And I hope they do it with the mindset of the fact that anybody who knows anything about Anthony Bourdain, be as unfiltered as you can be. Because if you try to water it down, it's just going to be an affront to who he was as a human being. Like that dude did not hold anything back. So if you try to water it down or do anything like that,
100%.
I think it's going to fail. So we'll see. My fingers are crossed. I have high hopes for it, and I will definitely be seeing it. But speaking of Stavi being in that movie, this weekend, Abby and I watched, or I guess last weekend, because it's technically the weekend. Last weekend, Abby and I watched
on my
Begonia.
list.
It is so
really
good.
It won awards or was nominated for awards.
But I don't think they won Best
No, I
Actor
don't
or
think
Actress, right? Which is fucking insane. But it was so good. The shocking part of it, and I know you haven't seen it, so I'm not gonna get too far into it. But once you watch it, just really think about the fact that it is labeled strictly comedy.
I would have said thriller. I would have said a thriller somewhere in there.
I would have said just
Within
about
comedy.
anything other than pure comedy. To be honest with you, I was not. I mean, it wasn't not funny, I guess, but
dark,
I just
dark,
wouldn't.
dark
The same
comedy.
way. Yeah, the same way that I wouldn't consider Fight Club a pure comedy, but it is listed as
that
comedy.
one. I feel like is kind of thriller as well.
So maybe I just don't get
Stavi
comedy,
living the dream, just doing a shitty podcast and then becoming an actor.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love what he's doing with like his interviews and stuff when he goes on late night and all this stuff. He's like, bring back ugly people. Like, can we get some representation here? Everybody in a movie has to be hot, even the extras.
That is true. I've
bullshit.
seen other people on podcasts complain, or when I say podcasts, I mean watching clips on fucking reels of other podcasts. And like, yeah, that was a big thing of like, I don't know when we made that transition, maybe in the 2000s, of like, actors you still look like normal people.
Yeah. I mean, and of course, you go back to who's some old timey, like even the black and white movies. They weren't ugly, but it's always been a trend where even if you cast ugly people, they're never the good guy. They're never the savior. I guess unless you talk about Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I don't know why when you were talking about like, it was like my mind went directly to Norm from Cheers. Like that is the most stereotypical normal looking guy.
Again, though, not ugly,
but like not attractive. Yeah,
not just attractive, I guess. But I'm talking Stavi is like as confident as he is, and how much he jokes around with. He feels super confident with his body and stuff like that. I'm like, come on. I mean, that's not a normal.
He was missing
person.
teeth for a while, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was missing his front tooth for like 4 years.
And like he's like a Jason Alexander.
Yeah, but even like when you go back and watch Seinfeld, and he pops his shirt off, you're like, that he is skinnier than I am. Like he was fat for the 80s and 90s, but that dude is. I think he's probably 5'6" or 5'7". At most, he weighed 195 pounds.
That's
at
true.
most. Like he barely even has a gut. If you go back and look, that's the difference in fat.
true.
But Stavi is 5'7", 5'8", and like 350. Right?
Yeah.
And he's losing weight and respect to him and stuff like that. But I'm saying like Jason Alexander compared to Stavi is a supermodel.
Fair enough. I guess, yeah, just Stavi's just so Greek. Like I can just imagine him
Greek.
just like sitting outside of like a cafe just eating olives.
Oh, dude. Olives and tomatoes. Sign me up, man. I would love that. So Love that. Love the point is I love Stavi and I love what he's doing for the industry and for comedy and for podcasts in general. But there is something that I wanted to get into as far as rants go, because I'm fresh off of work and I'm irritated.
Even though it's the weekend now, but that's true.
It is, but not yet, right? Like I'm not officially calmed down, and so in the spirit of being irritated, one of the things that has really, really been bothering me more and more and more is, do you watch cooking competitions or competition shows?
Not really, but I would say the one I watched that I actually like I don't really watch reality TV in general. The only thing I watch that's like cooking / reality is the Great British Bake Off, but that's also is so
Which
good.
is
If you haven't
fantastic, by the
watched
way.
it is so heartwarming, and you're like, oh, we couldn't do this in America. That would be a wreck.
Is that a wreck?
100%. It's
Okay.
It's very wholesome. You get to learn about new pastries that you don't know exist, and you're like, I want that. I would like to have that.
Yeah, I am a big fan of that as well. But for any of you out there who haven't seen it, check out the Great British Bake Off. It's fantastic. Here's what I'll say. I'm not a big fan of reality TV for the most part. I do enjoy competition shows. However, there's been this trend, maybe in the last let's call it 5 or 6 years. I don't know. Let's call it 5 years just to be safe. There's this trend where people will go on a competition show. They'll compete for 5 or 6 weeks or whatever, 5 or 6 episodes, and then just willfully bow out of the competition. Just on their own accord.
Like I'm going home
I'm
kind
out.
of thing.
I can't. Yeah, I miss my family, or I do this, or I miss that, or I can't hang, or whatever the fucking situation is. And I'm like, look, it's not that I don't have empathy towards your struggle. What I'm saying is, you had to compete before the show started to qualify, right? So to get into the show, you essentially had to take the place of somebody who probably would have been either in your spot or gone farther because they wouldn't have fucking quit. So you took the ability to accomplish something great from somebody who would not have just quit.
Okay, I can see it from that perspective but also if they made it that far, other people have been eliminated who are apparently worse. So should those people have been on?
No, but I guess what I'm saying is like, you don't know that somebody who was right neck and neck with you, maybe you beat somebody out by half a point or whatever the scoring system is, right? And so it's like, the whole point of a competition is to compete and grow and get better. So what you enter the competition knowing and being good at is only, if you're good at the show, it's only going to grow, right? You're only going to get better. And so even if somebody technically did lose to you in qualifying and people have lost to you up until this point, that doesn't mean that they wouldn't have gone on to win if they were more suited to learn and adapt more than you. And what I'm saying is, you're just cutting your own legs out as opposed to somebody who was cut but could have adapted better in that situation. So it's just frustrating.
Often?
Every single competition show that I watch in the last 5 years, at least one person per season, per show, just willfully drops out of the show. And I didn't remember that ever happening when I was a kid.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like shows that I even watched like growing up that were reality.
Like think Survivor, think Big Brother, think all of that stuff. Everybody was there to fucking win. I'm here because I'm gonna win. I want the prize, and I don't care how uncomfortable this Fear Factor. I don't care how uncomfortable this is. I'm here to prove that I'm deserving of this prize, and I'll do whatever it takes. But now you have people entering the competition, and after 4 weeks they go, I don't know, I'm not into it. And it's like, somebody in this position would have killed to be here, and you're just willfully bowing out. And the reason I say that is because I just watched the Kevin Hart's
Ugh.
Funny AF series to find the new stand-ups or whatever. And I have my own feelings about that. We could get into that if you want. But the fact of the matter is, somebody in the competition willfully bows out.
Did they give like a good reason or like a reason?
No, just, and I don't know if people have seen it at this point, but just willfully was like, oh, this isn't my style. The competition was you have to do this certain task in comedy in order to move on to the next round. And they go, oh, well, that's just not my style, so I'm dropping out of the entire competition. As opposed to just going in there, and if you fail, and you go out anyways.
Yeah.
But you're not even going to try?
I always wonder what
That's-
these competition shows,
Come
like,
on.
are you just quitting your job? Like, are you
I always
maxing
wonder that too.
out your PTO? Like, I was...
But I have heard interviews to answer that question. I've heard interviews where they go, I only was able to get off 3 weeks or whatever. So if I make it past the 3-week mark, I just have to quit
Maybe
my
that's
job.
the situation. These people are bowing out because they're like, I gotta go back to work. Like they see the writing on the wall.
Well-
They're like, I'm not winning this. I should go back to work.
I don't disagree with that. However, here's two arguments to that. One, in the Funny AF show, the person who dropped out is a professional comedian. They don't have
Well, they
another
got the
job.
exposure. Like,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you're stealing the exposure for somebody who could have actually
like-
won.
at that point, though, you already won by being on the show. Like, it doesn't. I guess you probably get like a prize.
I suppose. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're not. Everybody's on there for exposure, but the whole point of the competition
Yeah.
is to win the prize. Don't you want to go out fighting? You're just going to give up, steal the spot
I feel
from
like
somebody
a
else
lot
and
of
just
times with
give up.
competition shows, though, you can like fairly early and be like, "Oh, those are the top 3," and it's not even close. Like,
Sure.
I feel like you can just look around. You're like, "Yeah, this isn't gonna be me." But I think that
I agree, but that's also bowing out to fear and fear of failure. It's like,
Yeah.
just fail. I don't know. Who gives a shit? You're okay, you're not going to win. Who gives a shit? Everybody
true.
but one person is not going to win. Right? So, okay, so there's the top 3. So the fourth person shouldn't even try,
pretty much
right?
you stay. As,
I don't know, man. It just
I
defeats
think
the
the problem
purpose
with
to me.
just in reality TV in general now is it's most people go on for exposure, like to
Sure.
do whatever. Like,
But I think that's inherently annoying to people who are watching because, like, people are rooting for you.
I'm very clearly not
Yeah.
invested as much as you are in reality.
It's not even that I'm invested. It's just like, what's the point?
Yeah.
I guess. Like, the person who dropped out is going on tour with millionaire comedians. It's not like you're already making tens of thousands of dollars
It is
per
funny
show.
to see, like, I really didn't watch, like, Last Comic Standing when it was going on. But I feel like for a lot of those people, it, like, didn't do much. Even if they won, they, like...
Sure. But the prize was
Yeah.
probably worth the effort if you won, I could assume. And the prize for Funny AF is you get a Netflix special.
People are going to watch because they've seen you do stuff now.
That's okay. People are rooting for you, so you just drop. I mean,
I'm going to go on my
all right,
rant now.
Then I guess I just won't follow you anymore. Yeah.
I hate the idea of comedy being a competition.
That actually, it's funny that you say that because who said that? One of the judges it was Kumail Nanjiani. He was one of the judges, and he was like, I hate comedy competitions. I hate that we pit each other against each other, blah, blah, blah. But then, but you're still
Yo,
a judge.
I'm
You still came
I'm
on and
still
collected
doing
your
the
paycheck
fucking,
for it.
whatever the Saudi comedy set thing.
Oh, yeah. You're still not over it.
Some people I get, and some people I still don't. Bill Burr, I'm still holding a grudge. And then some people I can
Yeah.
be like, who did go? What did Stavi go? Couldn't remember.
No. Stavi and Gillis did not.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But pretty much
where I was
everybody
reading
else
it,
did.
Where I was like, oh yeah, they did go, and I was like, yeah, but now you can like don't have to work at Burger King anymore, or like have a fear of ever having to work
Yeah.
at Burger King. Like again, as we talked about,
I don't know that any of the comedians who went were working at Burger King.
you don't know that.
I'm 99% sure. I could pull up the list right now and tell you that every single one of them who went to Saudi Arabia are professional comedians.
Semi-pro.
It's not you and I. It's not you and I going to Saudi. Anyways, go watch Riyadh and the Fence. By the way, that episode that we did was excellent, and nobody fucking watched it.
I feel like we were a little too late on it coming out by that point. It had already moved through the news cycle. It had already done all of its things. But
semi new. You know, I don't know. Anyways, that's my rant. I'm sticking to it. It doesn't mean anything. Who gives a shit? But that's just something.
What's your favorite reality show?
I've seen it in. Well, I prefer to call them competition shows.
I guess competitions.
Because reality is like the Kardashians. There's no stakes. It's just watching people be.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, competition shows.
Favorite competition shows? Anything Gordon Ramsay. I'm a stan for Gordon Ramsay. I love him, and he's got a new show. He's got a show on every month of the year. I don't know how
they probably
he pulls
film
it off.
like just like boom, 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 and then hang out.
Yeah, it's probably the same set. Honestly, they just finish one and just reset it for the next one. But I love Hell's Kitchen is probably one of my top competition shows. I really like the 1% Club.
I don't think
that one's fun. It was hosted by Patton Oswalt.
Okay.
The first season, and then they replaced him with Joel McHale.
Yeah.
But that's a fun one to find out. You know, it's a trivia show, competition trivia show, and it goes from the 90% of America can answer this question right, all the way to only 1% of America can answer this question right.
Okay, there's another I guess I don't know if you can call it a competition show, but I really enjoy the show Taskmasters. If you know what that is,
I've heard of it. Which one is that one again? Is that Rob?
No,
it's
a
not
UK
Rob
show.
That's...
Yeah, I can't think of it.
Oh, okay.
The comedian's name. His name's Greg something. But essentially, they bring on I think it's 5 comedians, and essentially they do different tasks that are pretty hilarious because it's actually funny comedians who do it. And it's not no one gets eliminated. It's 5 the entire time, but there's a winner each episode, and there's a winner at the end, and they get a trophy that's just a bust of Greg's head, and he's just got a big old blockhead. But,
okay, nice. Oh, I think you would like. I think it's called Laugh Out Loud. LOL, Laugh Out Loud. There's they get comedians into a room, and their goal is to they can't leave the room, and they have to break each other. So they have to do off the wall shit. Like the first season had Seth Green in it.
That'd be a good one.
All these people. I think it was Canada, and so it was Seth Green and Colin Mockery and all these people, and they have to sit in the room, and if you laugh, you're out. And so they just do random shit to get each other out. And there's a new one from the UK that I feel like you would like. But yeah, that's my rant. I'm sticking to it.
Yes.
Anyways, to get into the real business here, because after all, this is a podcast that is about remaining, roaming, or returning. And we want to talk about something that happened with us in the Midwest, and something that kind of was a thing of our era. I don't even know if this is a real thing anymore.
I don't.
But you texted me about this.
They still do it. Definitely was before us, and then continued with. But I feel like it maybe hit its peak. No, I think they still do it. I think they still. Okay. We'll get into it in a second here about how I know that right now. So.
Yeah. And I'm sure they still do it, but they don't do it as embarrassingly as cringe as the kids nowadays. Yeah. Yeah. Because I think nowadays kids are more acutely aware of what is and isn't terribly embarrassing.
Technology has changed so much where I think that makes a big difference about what we're get into.
True. And I think the time of making this activity into a theme is over, and making it more of just a standard thing.
Going with the technology aspect of maybe it is kind of died a little bit in us, but there is a tangible thing about them as well that we'll get into. I love how we've just been teasing
Okay.
our fucking listeners for like 5 minutes.
Well, you got to reel them
That is
in, baby.
true.
This is fishing. You know what I'm saying?
And ad break.
And we're talking about fishing. This podcast is sponsored by Big Mouth Billy
I kind
Bass.
of want to find a big mouth Billy Bass for my office. To the river.
Take me to the river. But of course, what we're referring to, an unintentional shout out to Friendly Fire Podcast. I realized as soon as we were about to record this, I just saw a clip that they did something similar to this, but it was actually inspired. Christian saw something weeks ago.
Not week. I guess it was.
What was it?
I was listening to Brooks Whelan's podcast, Brooks, and
Shout
he
out
was
Brooks.
interviewing. His name's Rob Sand, and I've known of him. He's running for governor in Iowa, which he was a state auditor, but
Right.
he's a little bit younger guy, but he's from like rural Iowa. But he ended up going to Brown, and he was like, I don't have any money. And someone said I should be a model. So he used his senior picture from high school and what became a model and was like on the runway in Milan and Paris. And now he's running for
That's
governor in
fucking awesome.
Iowa.
And so that's how I view senior photos now. Is I think everybody's just, I want to look as good as I possibly can to represent myself. I don't need a theme. I don't need like a prop. I just need to look great, right? And have professional pictures. That is not the case.
No, it wasn't
for us. And so this segment we wanted to talk about and show everybody. So if you're just a listener, I'd highly recommend watching this episode.
Like and subscribe on YouTube.
We want to
or Spotify.
like and subscribe on YouTube and Spotify. It's also on
video
Spotify.
for Spotify because no one watches on Spotify. So
it's true. So anyways, now is a time where I would switch to video if I was you, because we are going to exchange.
No.
We've never seen these before. So these are real reactions to our real senior pictures. And what I'm going to do and what Christian is going to do is we're going to send each other our best senior picture, our worst senior picture, and our most embarrassing senior picture. So there's going to be 3 total pictures of each of us. So that's 6 embarrassing potential pictures of us that you can see from when we were
little
in high
babies.
School. Just little babies. So do you want to start?
Yeah,
do you
I
want
only
to
have
send me yours
3
first?
because so they're all great, and so
Well, that defeats the purpose. My mom sent me, she has an entire fucking scrapbook of my senior pictures, and she sent every single one of them. So sending you only 3 is going to be a real challenge.
We might have to do in consideration or whatever, like honorable mention. Also, with some of these photos, I had to steal them from my Facebook. So they were taken on. It's a picture of a picture, but it was from but
Same.
it's from a camera from 2009. So,
dude, I'm telling you right now, it's pixely as shit, but even better. That's what makes it even better. Because that's something these kids nowadays don't ever have to worry about.
I'll send you the
Their
one
shit's always gonna
that
be in
I'm pretty sure
1080.
was in the yearbook.
Okay, is this your best, worst,
Probably
or most embarrassing?
Best.
Okay, you're starting with best. Okay, I'll start with best too. And then in post, I will put them up as well. But this is, I'm seeing these for the first time. Okay, that's actually, wait, so this is, okay, hold on, because this is actually a fantastic picture. Is this a senior photo shoot, or is this just senior year pictures?
Photo shoot, like senior pictures.
Like at school, everybody did this?
Where I had to go, like to a,
like you hired a
I went to
photographer.
their studio. Studio is probably the right word. So I don't think I've ever mentioned this to you. So I got my senior pictures for free because I was quote unquote a model.
Okay, I mean, honestly, I've never heard of a glow down, but you may be the first in history to suffer. You peaked in high school, baby, 100%. Now, this guy right here that you just sent me, I would hire as my lawyer.
I gotten scuzzier as I've gotten older.
Yeah, like you would be Doogie Howser of lawyers right here. You look like you're about 14 years old.
It's No.
Are you 14 as a senior?
In this, actually, no. I would have been
like,
only.
you're not.
I got them done the summer before. So going back to IO, I mentioned how I know they still do senior pictures. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you remember, but like at the mall, or how I remember I saw it most recently at the airport, they would have like a giant advertisement with people's like senior pictures on them. I was on that back in 2009.
Wow, so you were like PR level.
So I did Arnold Clark, which is a very big photographer in.
Yeah, I mean, if you go through the fucking Omaha airport, Arnold Clark photos are like a collage
I was
in
on
the
that
hallway.
In 2009.
Wow. Okay, I mean, by this picture, I would not think you were lying. Now, I'm going to show you my best, and I want you to understand that this is the best.
The anticipation.
Okay, so,
okay,
and I haven't sent it yet because I want to just preface this. Yours is very much professional. You look like you're applying for Harvard. Right? And you really put some time and effort into getting dressed up. You have a tie.
I do. It's a full suit.
You got everything.
And no, I was actually using it for college application. I love how you joke Harvard, but I did use it. I think I had to send a picture in for back when like they still would have you send pictures of yourself, which seems very not okay nowadays.
Well, sure. And now we know why they did
I did
that.
apply to Stanford with that.
Yeah. So what you're going to see is the juxtaposition between a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid doing their senior photos with the foresight of going, these pictures are going to be great because I have a future. And what you're going to see from me is I'm taking these pictures as a flex because I know I'm not going to college. So here is my best. Are you ready? And you need to describe it for the team, for the crew. All right, sent. That's my best picture of my senior pictures. What do you see?
I think it was someone figured out, I don't want to say Photoshop, but color contrasting. So I think the best way to describe it is I think I don't have the picture of me standing in this position, but like on me, but there definitely probably is a picture like this of this.
And how am I standing?
You got your I believe your thumbs through your belt loops. I think the best way, and like very some like I believe you would have wore this every day, like a normal outfit, which it makes it a little bit more believable. Some of mine are like, I think I only wore it for the photo. But so I think the best way to describe it, I guess if you're still listening, is Damien it's a black and white photo, but the only color is a band shirt that I don't even know the band. Opeth.
Opeth, one of my favorite bands of all time. But it sticks true to who I am as a person because actually, unironically, we just talked about the fact that I'm wearing this shirt only because I was working earlier. But this goes to show, even in high school, the only attire that I ever wore from the waist up was band t-shirts, essentially.
Well.
Yeah. And so this is my best picture. And honestly, I stick by this picture. I think this is perfect representation of who I am.
Better if it was just normal color. I think what makes it's a very much a picture of its time of like color contrasting on my digital camera kind of thing. So I think that's what makes it funny. I think it's a good picture of you. You know, you also have the haircut of the era of the long hair. I don't think I've ever really seen you with the long hair and the tiny the tiny glasses, like
helmet, the little glasses with no frames at all. It's just like wire. Fun fact: there is a full color picture of this, but I will tell you it is actually not better. The reason for it is because I am just as white in black and white as I am in color. And so the contrast of this is actually better than when you look at me with the full color. Let me see if
I think
can
what's
find
really
that. I don't
funny
know
is
if I can
because like
find it.
I'm looking at our text messaging between. You know how people are like, would we be friends if we knew each other in high school? And I look at these photos. No.
No, not a fucking chance. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, just I guess a little more red hue. Oh God,
Just pink, just more pink.
I don't think.
No, don't spoil it. Don't spoil, because I couldn't not send the one above it. Don't say, I know what you're going to say. Don't say it.
Okay.
Send me your next picture. All right, so we sent the best. Now you got to send the worst. Of apparently of the three. I have fucking 25. You have 3, but you have to decide which one's the worst.
They're all 3 not bad because I thought they were good pictures because I posted them on my Facebook back in 2009.
Oh, I posted these too. Don't you worry about that. I was very proud of these at the time.
I guess I'll send you this one because it's supposed to be the worst.
This is the worst. Oh, that's the classic moody teen angst up against a brick wall, which actually inspired this this tattoo that I have here, the brick wall. So you're sitting up against that right now, and you are ironically thinking of the same words that I have tattooed on me, which is "I will not be broken," and that's pretty great. That's another great picture. But
of course, I think that sweater and shirt I had only wore to that.
Yeah, because you'd get beat up if you wore that outside of this picture shoot. Are those Jordans? I
absolutely fucking love those shoes.
Is that the Air?
They were.
I can't remember what those ones
Jordan
were
1 low tops that were.
That's right.
They were gray and green, and I literally like wore those shoes to death. Like they were literally just falling apart by the time I had to like throw them away because they were just like I wore them so often, and I loved those shoes so much.
Those are by far the best part of your outfit. I also like that I could be convinced that you're wearing bell bottoms. I could be convinced.
Boot cut jeans of the
they're very wide. I could be convinced. So that way, is there a tie?
No, it's just
I can't tell. No,
just
thank God, because that would have been.
I think I might still have that shirt, and it might still fit.
That doesn't surprise me. None of the clothes I'm wearing in this would fit at this point. So okay, I'm gonna send you my worst. However, I think there's 2 in the running for the worst. So I'm gonna send both, and you tell me which is worse. I think they're both terrible. You tell me which one is worse.
Mistaken.
I couldn't even begin to tell you that. Maybe I'll ask my mom and see if she remembers, and if so, I'll put it up here. But I have no. It was a park somewhere.
I think the first one is worse because what is that fucking pose?
Hanging onto the tree branch. I was just following orders, man. I have no idea what the fuck that is. I did not want to take pictures outside, and I did not want to be wearing this outfit. What is with the fucking acid wash jeans?
If you had told me this was taken in 1998, I would have believed you.
I kind of feel like my whole life I've been in the 90s
98,
until
baby.
now. Yeah, man. And that shirt, what is that shirt with the terribly rolled up sleeves, the flannel?
I wouldn't call it's a plaid shirt.
It's terrible. The one, the second one. So the first one is me holding onto the tree branch. The second one, I'm just inexplicably snuggling with a wagon.
Like a fucking pilgrims took it to Nebraska.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And again, what is with the stance? Why is my head tucked back so far?
That was an artistic choice by the photographer.
Like, make sure you put your head back as far as you can and get that double chin in there, as if I don't struggle. I was in good shape at this time, and I still had a double chin. So, like, thanks for highlighting that. That's great.
They're not the worst, though. I feel like I've seen worse photos, but yeah, the tree one is
it's pretty bad
to me because.
And why are my lips so pink? It looks like I just got done eating a popsicle.
Did you drink a bunch of Kool-Aid before you went?
I don't know, man. Also, the zipper on those jeans looks like I pissed myself. Like with how
Why
how
is it so
pale the jeans are compared to the zipper. Why is it so dark on the zipper?
The second photo with your head back, you look like you're just like, "What's up? What's up?"
What? Well, you got a problem? You got a fucking problem, dude? So, okay, so you think the one with the tree branch is the worst of those two?
Why is that pose?
I don't know. I did not want to go outside. There's bugs out there.
You are standing in tall grass.
Yeah, dude. And those shoes, I'm like, I don't know if those are dress shoes or just like Skechers. I cannot tell, but they look terrible.
Generic black shoes.
Yeah, no color whatsoever. And that does not go with that shirt, let me tell you. I look like a fucking fashion trauma. All right, send me your most embarrassing.
The last one, you mean?
Yeah.
Definitely the worst quality of photo.
Okay, let me see. Oh, so you got a black and white
No, it's
too?
not
You're
black and
talking
white.
shit.
That is not.
That's a black and
No,
white.
I mean, I think
yes, it is.
Pale. Because look at the.
No, there's no color on any of that stuff.
There's red in the bottom right hand or left hand corner, and gold.
Brother, there is no color on
think
this
I'm just that
picture.
pale.
I mean, we'll let the crew decide if that's a colored picture or not. I think you're suffering from the same thing that I was suffering from, which is it's a black and white photo and just the Nebraska is red.
There's some gold popping through.
They found out how to
That is
contrast.
very possible.
That is by far the most embarrassing of the three. That's for sure. So I think you nailed that. What is that jacket?
Letterman jacket.
Oh shit! He was just giving
I had
those
to
away.
Earn letters for like sports and stuff.
Wait, so you were writing letters to David Letterman about your sports, and he gave you a jacket?
Fucking late night jacket? No.
I was like, that's fucking awesome. Like how they have their
Yeah.
own chairs when they're directors.
not
I
at
thought
all.
that's what.
When you think about it, it's a weird concept of being like, hey, I'm really good at these things, and so they're gonna make me. I'm gonna put them on my jacket. I'm gonna go get.
What is a Letterman?
You know
what
a
is
Letterman.
that? What does that
They're,
mean?
Like in teen movies, and like they got like the leather sleeves and
Wait, Leatherman?
leather.
Is that what you're saying?
That could be confusing, but yeah, Letterman. Because you get a letter
But what's the point?
just to say you're good at stuff, essentially.
But how do people know that you're good at stuff just because you're wearing a jacket?
I
Like
guess
that jacket signifies
the picture is
that you're
terrible.
good at something?
So, do you just want me to grab the jacket? Okay.
Yeah, if you have it. Welcome back to the section of the segment of keep it or
they're
yeet
also-
it.
So you're like essentially not a lot. Like you're not supposed to wear them past high school. They're very expensive.
Really? Like a class ring?
This has a lot more use. At least you buy this like once you receive a letter. So usually like how you get a letter for a sport or like I was also in band was like you have to be like varsity level. So you have to be like so if you made like the varsity team, they give you a letter to show your. It's a weird concept, isn't it?
Like, wait, like letter. So like football is F.
The first initial of what the school is, or like Millard West might have been like a MW, but I went to Burke, so it's just a B. I'll get the jacket.
Okay, interesting. While he's doing that, I'm gonna surprise him. So he comes back to my most embarrassing picture because this shit is. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't realize it has like what you're participating in. I didn't realize it had what you're participating in. I thought it was just like, yeah, it's just a jacket that says Burke, and I was like, that's not.
Now, so
where do the letters come in?
So like these, you have to like legitimately like earn, I guess. This was the generic sports one. This one was band. This one was for academics, and then this one I also was letter and orchestra.
Oh, okay.
and then on
That
the-
makes more sense.
Back it says like
Yeah, academics,
Orchestra
cross
track.
country, orchestra track band. So okay, so now that I'm seeing it,
Yes.
I've seen those jackets. Like I
Yes.
always see those in movies
you had
and
to see
shit.
them in
But I
high
was
school.
like,
well, maybe the people you were hanging out with didn't have.
I mean, yeah, I thought that was just something that like douchebags wore.
It was a cool thing to do in my school, but also
because you were in douchebag school.
The very like poor, growing up poor mom thing to do. She was like, because I lettered in sports after my like freshman year, and so my mom was like, "Oh, you're gonna grow, so I'm gonna buy it big so you can grow into it."
Yeah, that was her wishful thinking.
Let me put it on and show you.
Like we said, folks, you better be watching this episode. If you're just listening, you're missing out. Let me see this. You have one arm and oh my god, that's not even fingertips out of sleeves. That is insane. That looks like you're wearing my jacket. That's nuts, dude. You look like you play for the Bananaramas or something.
Oh yeah, baby. That's
insane.
2XL long.
That is my size, except I'm 2XL extra short.
I'm still a medium, and I've been a medium for. There's also something.
I'm a man. It's your gun that you took to school.
No, that's what you. That's what.
Oh, I forgot that was in there. Like. Goddamn right, dude.
Yeah,
don't fuck with me.
I wore this like almost during the winter from like sophomore through senior year, like every day.
I hereby decree, for the next couple episodes, you
hot.
have to wear that. Well, you chose right before summer to break it out.
Well,
I've never seen this before. That's your fault.
To,
I like to remember you in this era.
Are in your parents' house, and then finally your parents are like, "Get your shit out of my house. You have your own home." And then you're like, "What am I supposed to do with this?" And you're like, "It's just supposed to live in a closet forever."
Yeah. How much was that?
I think it was like 150, and like that's back in like and then like the expensive part is like that back part is like you pay per letter.
Sure.
On the back, and like,
damn.
Well, you get these for free, but yeah, so you have to like take it in and like get it sewn on, and then
that's crazy, dude.
But I was pretty cool, man. Get 09.
Yeah, I would
get my chevrons.
I would. I also love it's like chevrons, like it's the fucking military.
And like it's also funny because like different things, like some people would do them for like every year you lettered. So like the first year you lettered, you get the actual letter, and then like what you're supposed to do is like put them on for. But I would have had like a fucking just like arm's length full, so I just did for like what year I was.
Got it.
And so like Abby has one as well because she did sports, but like hers is cooler because like she played softball and like they won the state championship, and so she has like a really cool state championship patch.
That's cool. So all I'm gonna say is this is 2 keep it or eat it in a row that I'm telling you to keep it. However, you gotta put the shark tooth necklace on with that jacket. It's the only way I'm gonna be able to podcast with you from now on. Yes, let's go. Put that shit on, dude. Put that shit on. Represent Burke High School, 2009. When you peaked, when you were a young Doogie Howser runway model.
If you can
with
see in the
Air
picture,
Jordans.
I'm wearing a white tee under my.
There it is. Hold on. Get up. There you go. I want to see. There you go. That's nice.
I wore a
like
white T-shirt under every shirt every day.
Sure, that was the style though. To give you, to not make fun of you too bad. That was the style. Especially if you had like a button up on
under T-shirts, T-shirt on T-shirt. Okay,
all right, last one. Most embarrassing. I already sent it to you.
I guess.
That's terrible. My mom and the photographer let me do that, and I can't believe that. I just want you to get inside my mind for a second at this point.
Like a young Victorian girl with your porcelain skin and the head tilt.
Cough into this microphone. Am I pretty? Dude, I want you to get inside my high school mind with this photo shoot. At this point, I was maybe not the best, but I was on my way to being the best metal vocalist in Omaha. And I can say that comfortably. I was, as far as metal vocals, I was a top 3 in Omaha when I was like really banging. So my whole philosophy behind this photo shoot was I'm metal as fuck. I'm going to represent. I got my Opeth t-shirt on, which is like death metal. I got my fucking jorts on. I got my black tennis shoes on. I'm ready to fucking rock, right? And so I was like, what better way to represent the metal scene than if I take my pictures with a microphone? And this is the goddamn pose they made me do. The least metal, the least intimidating picture of all time.
It looks like you're holding a flower. I think that's...
Yes. And like I'm about to like blow it or something. I don't know. It's so gentle. It's such a gent. It's such a gentle caress. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, with the, it's like in Napoleon Dynamite when she has Uncle Rico put his hand like this and lean the head. That's what this is, but with 2 hands on a microphone, gently caressing it like I'm singing you a fucking Wiggles
you wouldn't even sing
tune
like that, which is the funny part too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like my whole ethos is like death metal vocals. And they have me holding this like I'm about to sing a sonata.
The best part about this is if you ever headline a comedy show, that is going on the flyer. That's what it's coming to, because that is the perfect headlining show flyer picture.
And the name of the show is Pedal to the Metal.
Pedal, P-E-T-A-L, because it's like a flower.
Because it's a flower.
Do you remember taking this photo?
So, I have to be 100% honest with you. There is only one photo out of all of these that I actually like remember taking. I'll send you that one right now. My memory
I'm gonna go back
is so
to my photo.
shitty.
I'm also barefoot in my photo. That's why I remember it.
That's fucking awesome.
Because I was like, my feet are cold.
That's awesome. So here's the one. Actually, I'll show you the 2 because in solidarity here, I also have a picture with my arms crossed against a brick wall. They're the only 2 pictures I remember actually taking. My mom sent me these, and I was like, I don't remember any of this shit except for these 2. So this is more when you see me holding the microphone like a flower, and then you see these 2. This is more what I had in mind for this photo shoot.
Okay, yes.
So again, the top one, the black and white, me actually doing like a stance of a vocalist.
More accurate. Yes. That's
fitting. Right.
That's what it
and then
looks
the
like
one on the brick wall.
Like that.
That's what I had in mind. But I think because my mom was there and it was if I had to guess it's a female photographer, they wanted some like not that, and then they set me up for absolute failure with the wagon, with the tree. Oh, I got to show you another one that they did. I'm laying on my stomach, and I could only assume that my feet are up in the air, you know, with like bent knees, listening to my iPod. Exactly. Like I may as well be wearing fucking PJs with this one. Look at this one.
You look like an accountant.
I didn't account on that picture being taken, I don't think.
What? Like, I guess, like, yeah, like, we're, like, into music, but...
I mean, so, the senior pictures, they tell a story about me, but it's a confusing story.
Piece of roads. That's what it looks like you're saying.
Mom, I won't stop using LimeWire. It's the only way to get my tunes. Damien, you are giving us viruses on our computer. I don't give a shit.
So... From these pictures, how many outfit changes did you do?
I think just 2.
Because in the I'm not seeing the jorts, which I wasn't allowed to talk about earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you had
Yeah, let me show. That's fair. Let me show you the jorts that I had on with the Opeth shirt in true metalhead fashion. That was the fashion back in the day, dude.
I think
Metalheads always wore jorts
like
and band
cargo
t-shirts.
jorts.
No, they're just way too big for me. Because I think they were hand-me-downs from my uncle.
Did you go to like a studio for this?
I must have. I don't the studio at Meadowgate is where I went. So I will be sending them a cease and desist and suing them for slander. But yeah, here's the jorts.
Oh,
So you can see they go well past my knees.
Cargos. They're cargo jorts.
Are they? Do I have? Oh, yep, I do have the. I have the thigh pockets.
I love the stool.
Look at how pink my skin is. That is nuts.
That is so great.
Look, I'm all for kids representing themselves for who they are. I get why parents step in.
It's I think I had fucking like 5 outfit changes for mine.
That's crazy. I was like, fuck, I don't even want to wear this stupid fucking flannel. And then they put me outside as punishment.
So I love all of our pictures, but we like some of the tropes that or like things of being like none of us have a picture with a car. That was huge. But also
right. But I do have many, many people from my high school days who that was their entire photo shoot.
I was like,
was with their car. Mustangs and Buicks.
Like, what am I going to do?
Like
my 97 Mercury Tracer?
What am I going to do? My mom's Ford Taurus?
I'm also trying to think of other cliches, I guess is probably that was
I mean, the in
one.
front of the brick wall was standard. I mean, even Abby and I's engagement pictures has a bunch of that.
I feel like it's just easy to do with the brick wall. Or like, train tracks for some reason was a big theme.
I do remember train tracks, and outside was one. It seems like everybody has a picture of them outside in the grass. I'm like, what? I'm just hanging out, catching fireflies, or what's going on here?
It's just
getting mosquito
also
bites.
We haven't talked about where I was kind of going with earlier of like a technology thing. Do you remember handing out wallets of your pictures, or was it?
Oh yeah, the
like,
wallet-size pictures.
Trading cards with your friends.
Oh, not with friends. Never.
No,
with
like
friends. With
you
family.
would, like, write on the back of them and like hand them to people, like to your friend. So like,
no, that must have been a letter jacket activity.
No one wanted to give you there. No one wanted your picture.
Hey man, just so you don't forget me.
It's like now I have all. I clearly don't know. They're probably in a box somewhere in my house now because my mom put them in a box. So it's like, but what am I gonna do with this picture of like?
Start handing them out again. And just write on the back,
how creepy
stay
does it
cool.
look now? I just have like pictures of 18-year-old girls.
You wish they were 18.
Some of them probably weren't when the photo was taken.
I mean, you took your pictures
I was
a year
only
early.
17. Yeah, it's like, what am I gonna?
Is this a goddamn sting operation? You're handing out these pictures to people, and you look like a model, so they're just like, "What the fuck?"
It's but it's such a funny thing because like, your mom probably paid like a decent amount for those photos.
She did not have the money that was required for those pictures.
Yeah.
I can almost
and like
guarantee
luckily
it.
I had my fucking modeling gig to.
My modeling gig. I was union.
Hey, I got the pictures paid for, so like that was, and it was kind of cool to have my picture in the mall.
That's true.
And at the airport.
Maybe mine were so bad because they accepted EBT. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Remain Rome Return. This was a fun one. As always, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share these clips of this episode because this is big. And until next time, bye.